Let me tell you about a pirate who actually gave a damn about the people he robbed. Sounds weird, right? But that's exactly what Samuel Bellamy was all about. This lad wasn't just swinging swords and chasing treasure. He had a code, a pirate's code, and no, it wasn't parley. They called him the Robin Hood of the seas. Not just because he was generous with his plunder, but because he went down as one of the most legendary pirates to ever sail the Atlantic. Bellamy didn't start out as a fearsome pirate. He was born in 1689 in England, and like a lot of young lads back then, he fancied a life at sea. No spreadsheets, no morning commutes, just waves, adventure, and the chance to make something of himself. But unlike most, he wasn't looking for easy money through thievery at first. No, Bellamy actually tried to make an honest living as a sailor. At some point, he made his way to Cape Cod, where he met Maria Hallett. Now, Maria wasn't just some local lass. She was the love of his life. The problem? He was broke. Not exactly husband material when you're walking around with empty pockets. Bellamy wanted to marry her, but her family probably took one look at his bank balance and said, "Yeah, not happening, mate." So, what did he do? He promised to return rich. And what better way to get rich fast in the early 1700s than piracy? Bellamy set off to find treasure. He originally planned to hunt for shipwrecks, but that was slow, tedious work, so, like many before him, he turned to the less legal method of wealth acquisition. He teamed up with a seasoned pirate named Benjamin Hornigold. Cracking name, I know. Horny, Gold, the guy literally has it written in his name. A bloke who knew his way around the canon, and just to make things even more interesting, Hornigold had another up-and-coming pirate on board, Edward Teach. Yeah, Blackbeard himself. Talk about a star-studded lineup. But Bellamy wasn't just another cutthroat pirate, unlike most. He didn't fly the same sails in life as Blackbeard. He didn't believe in unnecessary violence. He captured ships without a drop of blood spilled, using intimidation and strategy rather than brute force. He treated prisoners well, giving them a choice, join his crew or carry on as free men. And honestly, a lot of them chose piracy, because Bellamy's crew was one of the best paid, best fed and most disciplined on the seas. He even voted his way into being captain after Hornigold was outed for refusing to attack English ships. Democracy on a pirate ship? Who'd have thought? His most famous conquest was the Widder, a massive, heavily armed slave ship carrying riches beyond belief. Bellamy and his crew took it without much of a fight, loaded with gold, silver and other treasures that made them instant legends. And instead of sailing off to some remote island to hoard his loot, Bellamy shared it with his men. Everyone on his ship was equal, and unlike most captains who kept the lion's share, Bellamy made sure his crew had a fair cut. But, for all his success, Bellamy never forgot about Maria. After racking up more wealth than he could ever dream of, he set sail back to Cape Cod to reunite with her. It should have been the perfect ending, but fate had other plans. On April the 26th, 1717, just as he was nearing home, a brutal nor'easter slammed into his fleet. And just for a bit of context for those like me who don't know what a nor'easter is, it's a large-scale extratropical cyclone. The Widder slave ship, heavy with treasure, was no match for the storm. It sank off the coast of Massachusetts, taking Bellamy and most of his crew with it. Out of 146 men, only 2 survived. Maria, waiting for him on shore, never saw him again. Some say she went mad with grief, wandering the coastline searching for him among the wreckage. Others claim she was thrown in jail for being associated with a pirate. Either way, she never got her happy ending. Bellamy's legacy didn't just drown with him, his story lived on. And centuries later, in 1984, divers actually found the wreckage of the Widder. It became one of the most significant pirate discoveries ever, proving that his treasure and his legend were very real and that he successfully achieved what he set out to do. Well, almost successful. No one wins against Mother Nature. So what do we make of Samuel Bellamy? He wasn't just some bloke with a sword and a ship. He was a man who saw piracy as a way to fight back against the corrupt elite. He robbed from the rich, treated his crew like equals, and was one of the most successful pirates of all time. Yet, in the end, all the gold in the world couldn't save him from the sea. Would you have joined his crew? Let me know in the comments. Personally, I like the idea of sharing treasure, but knowing my luck, I'd have been overboard way before the storm hit. Either way, Bellamy's story is a reminder that even pirates have a code, and sometimes the good guys don't get the ending they deserve. See you in the next one.